Hello, greetings. So here I am again making a video. I hope you can hear me. If there's some hissing or some sound, sorry, I'm using my headphones because this is going to be a kind of long one. I think so. Let's see how if my health allows me, how it goes. So I'm not going to use big words like mental gymnastics. I want people to understand um, simple language as it is. It's become very difficult to understand why Islam has not accepted these idol worshipping. So I was a Shia, and now I've been a truth seeker because of the reasons that I'm not going to give right now. It's going to get complicated. So I'll just, for now, I'll just keep it simple and show you something in Surah Zumar. I often wondered why it was quite confusing for me, since, the Hindus, we know, love God and make idols of God and worship God. So why would God of Islam make us shun these idol worshippers and say it is wrong, completely wrong? It's an unforgivable sin. It's polytheism. It's disbelief in Allah, and you must believe in the Prophet and the angels that have come down and all this, and the angels mentioned in the Quran and given to us, at least the Shias, by our Ahl Bayt, Panjatan Pak, Imams. So in short, just briefly putting it in point form, and those who shun the worship of false gods, turning to Allah alone, will have good news. Forgive good news to my servants, O Prophet. So I had some problems reading this ayat. When I read this ayat, I thought, oh my God, my Shias, how am I going to, hello Shias, here God says, do not take any other than God in worship, right? But then we would say that there are other ayats, wasila ayats. You can read Surah Tawbah. You can read the other surahs and ayats which have mentioned that you should obey Allah and the Prophet. So, and use means of approach. Okay, that ayat I will show you later, although this phone does not focus properly, but I have to use this phone for uploading videos as it becomes easier and faster for me. So, okay, it's from the starting. I read, where does it start? Sorry, I've just lost touch. Is it ayat? Looking for the ayat here. So, going unquestionably, for Allah is the pure religion, and those who take protectors besides Him say we only worship them, that they may bring us nearer to Allah in position. We only worship them that they may bring us nearer to Allah in position, or bring us closer to Allah, another translation. And surely Allah will judge between all regarding what they differed about. Allah certainly does not guide whoever persists in lying and disbelief. So I'm taking these ayats, and I haven't really looked at all the ayats fully, kept it here open, So you can see the wasila intercession, intercessory ayats, and but we have this problem in Sunni Shias. Shias have decided there's intercession and we can call on Imam Ali, but the Sunnis say no, you cannot call on Imam Ali. So Shias take another pattern of thought and another way of translating or taking the interpretation in other ways. So right now, those Sunnis who really are, against this about Shia belief that we should call on Imam Ali. We should not call on Imam Ali, only call on Allah. So they will be happy reading this verse and they would think that they have won, right? They have won. Anyhow, so here it is. Let me show you, although it will not focus properly. I'm kind of bedridden, sorry. We worship them only so they may bring us closer to Allah. So this is quite heavy for me. Even then I'm doing this. I should be tapping on this. Judge between all regarding what they differed about Allah. Allah certainly does not guide whoever persists in lying and disbelief. And had it been Allah's will to have offspring, so we thought this is for the Christians that Masih, they say is the son of Allah. And this is for not only the idol worshippers or those who take questionably for Allah's appeal, and those who take protectors besides Him, along with Him. Oh, so this is quite a journey, really. I don't understand. Besides Him, other than Him, or along with Him? What does the word besides mean? And so they are the liars, and if Allah had intended to take a son, He could have chosen. So this is for the Christians, and Allah has in the other verse made it clear. And then we, as a Shia, I would go to my multilingual Quran, Akapuya commentary, see what Al Bayt have to say about this. Right? Because means of approach are there. Do not call on any other. O Prophet, in truth, so worship Allah alone, being sincerely devoted to Him. So what I said in my other video is that, well, Rasul, if Allah alone is for worship, He's Rahman, He's Rahim, merciful, beneficent. So then, why would Allah want to send a prophet who is merciful? So, if Allah is, they pride themselves, some of the Muslims, only one Allah, only call on Allah, no other, nothing. Right? And they have this bigotry against the Shias. And I feel now my Shias also, we are in a delusion. First I thought that I didn't have full knowledge of this, neither do I right now claim to be a religious scholar or anything. But still, I need to know, and I'm a truth seeker. So we're discovering as we go. I didn't go to Qom or Najaf, Iran or Iraq to study, get a PhD as an alima, religious scholar. far from it. Okay, so here is the ayat in which seek means of. See, here is the ayat which says, O you who have believed, fear Allah and seek the means of nearness to Him and strive in His cause that you may succeed. Now some words are, O you who believe, be mindful of your duty to Allah, changed, and seek the way of approach unto Him and strive. Seek means of nearness. O you who believe, do your duty to Allah. Seek the means of approach unto Him and strive with might and main in His cause that you may prosper. What would the Sunnis say about this? Seeking means of nearness to Him. They would say it's all this, these rituals like fasting and prayers 5 times obligatory. Seek means of approach. Okay, this is Surah 5, Surah Maida, yes, verse 35. Okay, so we go to 36 and see. Indeed, those who disbelieve, if they should have all that is in the earth and the like of it with it by which to ransom themselves from the punishment of the day of resurrection, it will not be accepted from them, and for them is a painful punishment. So this, it doesn't explain the previous verse. Let's see 34 verse. Except for those who return repenting before you apprehend them, and know that Allah is forgiving and merciful. Surah Maida. So indeed, the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger and strive upon earth to cause corruption is none but that they be killed or crucified, or that their hands and feet be cut off from the opposite sides, or that they be exiled from the land. That is for them a disgrace in this world, and for them in the hereafter is a great punishment. And so, Surah 34, except for those who return repenting before you apprehend them, and know that Allah is forgiving and merciful. And O you who, now it's changed to, O you who have believed, fear Allah and seek the means of nearness to Him. So this can be explained. I haven't finished the verse, but seeking the means of nearness, this is the most important. And strive in His cause that you may succeed, that you may prosper in this way. So here we have the means of approach. God says, to those who have believed, O you who believe, meaning Muslim Momin believers, Momins, right? In this, whatever the message is, seek means of nearness to Him. So Bibi Fatma Zahra, we were told, like I heard, I haven't read the khutbah of, I do not have the heart right now to go there. So anyways, I will not go there right now. If you have any questions, please, you can reserve them, because when you put them under the comment section, under my video in the comment section, I will not get it, because I've put that notification off. And also, I don't want to confuse myself further. And yeah, so I'm sharing my truth seeking, what I have found, and what I doubt, and what I cannot understand in my religion, Shiaism. This is what I'm sharing. So let's see if the answer, if I can find it here today, after this or during this Surah. Why would I go to Surah Tawbah? And where is means of approach? No. They have taken to themselves as lords, apart from Allah, their doctors and their monks and Al-Masih. Oh my God, look at this. But this is not the way it is put in the ayat itself. See how they have mistranslated. Their monks and Al-Masih, the son of Maryam, and in no way were they commanded to worship except one God. So they have taken to themselves as lords apart from Allah, their doctors, their monks, but this is the even the Quran I had in my hands at home. They when I was in Karachi, they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords. Besides Allah and the Masih, son. See? So this is 31 verse ayat of Surah Tawbah. Now look at this. The actual translation is, they have taken as their lords the rabbis, the monks, doctors, besides Allah and Masih, son of Maryam. Do you get it? They have taken their scholars and monks as lords besides Allah and also Oh, and so God should have put Masih here. This is what they have tried to do here. Correct the Quran sequence. They've started to correct, or they have long time ago. This is wrong. So this kind of correction, when the Quran doesn't put it in that sequence, and what it tells you is that it becomes a different thing. Like you have to take Allah and the Masih as the Lord. Along with Allah, you have to take the Masih, Christ, son of Maryam. Yeah, meaning Jesus Christ. So here they have done mischief, mistranslation, by mistranslating, so to correct themselves, like this is how Allah should have put it in the Quran, some of them. And then what else? Prophet Muhammad being and we have, the Hindu gods and goddesses, demigods, Radharani, all this. No. But Muhammad has been sent, and we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the worlds. And we have not sent thee, not save as a mercy for the people. I mean, Rasulullah's name is not given, and we used to say that even God doesn't address him by this name. He addresses him so respectfully, God is, honoring Rasulullah so much? Yes, surely. But here the point is that although Muhammad is not used, and I'm saying why the Muslims, why Allah doesn't use, He doesn't address Rasulullah as a Muhammad when He addresses him. Even Allah, is honors Rasulullah so much. So to tell us that we should call him by a very that man, and he's the mercy of Allah. Sorry, excuse me, I'm cracking up. Whatever it is, anyways. So these Sunni Muslims who pride themselves in, bringing Shias down and hatred for Shias. We are disbelievers when I was a Shia. Yeah? So should show them that what is this? What is this? And I'm actually asking my Shia ulemas, what is this? For the Hindus, but still means of approach is there, right? And Rasulullah is personified, isn't he? As the mercy for to the worlds, mercy for all creatures. Now I haven't gone to that where I would get the Arabic translation. Oh God. So how much are we deluded really by this Quran? Ayats against the pagan idol worshippers. So this is just one of the things that I'm trying to, I'm sharing with you all. The title of this, I will think, deluded by the Quran ayats, deluded Shias and Sunnis, Muslims, deluded, deceived. So the great sacrifice, that will come later, my fellow Shias, that will come later. So what else have I missed now? Surah, no. Surah Tawbah, Surah. So I think for now, Bibi's khutbah to Bibi Fatima Zahra's khutbah in which she tells Abu Bakr, Fatima Zahra, I put here, God, to Abu Bakr, we are the means of approach. Wikipedia, Umar at the house, khutbah, where's Bibi? Abu Bakr versus Fatima Zahra. Only surviving child becomes the Prophet's birth. Fadak becomes bestowed. Following factors. I need the khutbah actually. We, the group of prophets, do not. Abu Bakr tells Bibi, and so this goes on. But what here is important for the topic now is that me, Fatima, is part of me. Who loves her, loves me, who angers her. There's the real motives which lead Abu Bakr to usurp Fadak from khutbah. Bibi, Fatima, khutbah at Fadak. Here it is. Wikipedia has given it. Let's see if this comes in means events that led to Fadak's sermon. Content of Fadak's sermon. As a speech, we divide into two parts. The first part begins praise for God and Muhammad, then it continues with an overview. They're just explaining. Last, Fatima turned her attention. First, she listed the contradiction. The contents, perhaps remark, foresight, Fatima. She also warned the crowd about the consequences of their support for injustice, which she later specified as the reign of cruel rulers and widespread anarchy. Okay, this was very dear to my heart. So sentiments. Fatima never spoke again with the two. Sunni Hadith. Okay, unlike the ascetic who has renounced the affairs of the world, both. So I can't find the word-to-word khutbah where she mentions we are the means of approach. Maybe I'll find it here in my Shia site, al-islam.org. Praise eulogy for the Lord and witness of the unity of Allah and the prophethood of Muhammad. Bounties. She started her speech by saying, praise be to Allah for his bounties upon us, and thanks be to him for all that he inspired and commended in his name for all the bounties he created before our own creation, for all the common bounties that he bestowed upon us from his own self without even our asking for it, and abundant and complete bounties, such plenteous and unlimited bounties whose numbers cannot be computed, and thanks cannot be offered for the duration and commencement of the bounties, and whose perpetuity is beyond comprehension. He invited his servants to offer praise, thus resulting in an increase and perpetuity in their blessings. And in lieu of this abundance of bounties, Allah desired that his creatures praise him. Again, he invited you to perform good deeds, resulting in bounties of this world, as well as for the hereafter. I bear witness that there is no other deity worthy of worship except Allah. He is unique and unparalleled. Certainly, interpretation and result of this witness of monotheism is sincerity, and its comprehension has been placed in the hearts, and the mind is illuminated by its profound understanding. He, Allah, cannot be seen with the eyes, nor can he be described with the tongues, and his state cannot be perceived. He is the one who created all things without any past prototype, or originated them without having any past image and equals. Rather, he created them with his might and dispersed them according to his will. He did not create them for a need, nor did he shape them for a benefit for himself, but rather he did all of this to establish his wisdom and to bring their creatures' attention to his obedience and manifest his might so that his creatures may venerate him. And he created to strengthen his invitation by dispatching his prophets and friends. Thus he provided recompense for his obedience and granted punishment for his disobedience. He informed his slaves from performing such acts that invite his wrath, and thus would gather them in his paradise. And I bear witness that my father Muhammad is his slave and his messenger, while Allah the Almighty chose him and selected him before bestowing prophethood upon him, and named him before selecting him, and chose him before sending him for the mission of Islam, when the whole of creation was concealed in the hidden world, and they were in awe and were in the extinction of nothingness. Almighty Allah was certainly aware of the consequences of all the tasks and was acquainted with the occurrences of the ages and conscious of the position of the destined. Allah sent His Prophet so as to complete His commands, to execute His rulings, and to deliver His decisive ordinances. He saw the nation divided into various religions, addicted to their places of worship. This I really don't get. I mean, already, okay, still we have different religions worshipping their idols, denying Allah despite their knowledge of Him. Then Allah illuminated their darkness, just like Advaita. Just joking. We lifted the veils of obscure through the medium of my father Muhammad. Do you see this? Through the medium. Then Allah took away. Okay, I'm just skipping a little bit here. Straight path and all that. Then Allah took away his soul with affection, and by his choice, willingness, and submission, thus Muhammad was relieved of the toils of this world and entered the world of comfort. May Allah's mercy be upon my father, his messenger, and the trustworthy one with regards to his revelation, his friend, the best among his creations, his favorite one, and peace be upon him and Allah's mercy and blessings. Focus upon memorizing the Quran and exalted trust of Allah. You are the slaves of Allah, and you are the establishers of His commands and prohibitions. You are the possessors of His religion and His revelation, and trustworthy ones with regards to yourself, and you should propagate it, Islam, to other nations, while you deem yourselves worthy of all this. A pledge had been taken from you in advance by Allah. Oh, adherent to the status of paradise, listeners, determine the ordinary prohibitions, evidence illuminated, proofs are sufficient. The virtues, acts, mustahabat, recommendable, freed with regards to performing the lawful things, mubah, and inform about the discouraged, makruh acts, and in it are written down other legal laws of Islam. Concentration upon the philosophy and the aim of divine ordinances. Faith has been set so as to cleanse you of polytheism. Salat, prayers are prescribed to keep you away from pride. Zakat, charity, has been prescribed to purify oneself and results in the increase of sustenance. Psalm, fasting, has been prescribed so that genuineness may be reinforced. Hajj, pilgrimage to Makkah, has been prescribed to establish the religion. Justice is prescribed to establish proper harmony in the hearts. See, if this goes away, then the hearts will go crazy. Disharmony. That's why we have to be very careful. The obligation to obey us, the Ahlul Bayt, has been prescribed to set up order in the community, and our authority, Imama, has been prescribed to save the people from differences. Jihad, struggle, is the honor of Islam and humiliation for the people of polytheism and hypocrisy. Patience has been made a medium for recompense to be bestowed. Now, how could the Sunnis put this blame on us that we are polytheists? Can you see this? This is the daughter, surviving daughter of Prophet Muhammad, Fatima Zahra's speech. And we are the ones getting it from the Sunnis. That we are polytheists, and there's no dot of polytheism in us. If you follow the Shia Islam properly and Bibi Fatima Zahra. Enjoining good has been prescribed. I just skipped some medium. Patience has been made a medium for recompense to be bestowed. Where does she say we are the means of approach? I think, and fear Allah, you shouldn't see that you die not but as Muslims. Obey Allah with regards to His orders and prohibitions. Right? The decisiveness of the Prophet in strengthening the path of guidance. O people, know that I am Fatima and my father was Muhammad. I say, and I will repeat this again and again, and I do not utter any falsehood, and whatever I do shall not be wrong. Indeed, an apostle from among yourselves has come to you. Ooh, this is a verse from the Quran. Grievous to him is your falling into distress. Do you see the plight of Pakistani Muslims? It really, I got, really. Anyhow, come to, indeed an apostle from among yourselves has come to you. Grievous to him is your falling into distress. He is solicitous regarding your welfare. Towards the faithful, he is compassionate and merciful. If you look and understand, you will find that this apostle is my father and not the father of any of your women, it says in the Quran. He's not the father of any of you. He is the brother of my cousin Imam Ali. Brother? Cousin. No. Brother. Okay. He's the brother of my cousin Imam Ali and not the brother of any one of your men. And how fortunate is the one related to him, the Prophet. The Prophet proclaimed the message and prevented the people from ignorance and polytheism and worked at opposing the customs of the polytheists. Surah Azab. He made a mistake. He broke their backs while their breath was entrapped in their chests. He called to the way of his Lord with wisdom and kind exhortation. He broke the idols and crushed the heads of the rebellion of the polytheists until they were eradicated and took to flight. Then the darkness of the night passed and it dawned and the truth became manifest in its true form. Sorry, I'm becoming a little funny here. When the leader of the religion, the Prophet, spoke, foam gushed forth from the mouths of the polytheists. Yani they were having these fits and all that. Okay, you were a community. This is a very long one. And so, the role of Imam Ali in the defense of Islam faced numerous flight, stubborn polytheists. Whoever the polytheists kindled the fire of wars, Allah would put it out when the adherents of Satan would manifest themselves. Okay. Crush. Imam? Criticism against the treachery of men. Polytheists, falsehood, stirring, and all this. The Quran is amongst you. Where are you wandering while the book of Allah is amongst you? Evil is okay. You didn't, Tempest, calm down. Rather, you hasten to take the reins of caliphate. Reasoning of Fatima for Fadak. Now you presume that we do not have any inheritance from the Prophet. Do you follow the customs of the age of ignorance? Is it that the judgment of the days of ignorance, the pagan era that they desire? Who else can be better than Allah to judge for the people of assured faith? Indeed, it is as bright as the sun that I am the daughter of the Prophet of Allah. O Muslims, is it befitting that I am deprived of my inheritance, O son of Kuhafa, Abu Bakr? Is it contained in the glorious Quran that one should inherit from the father? One should not inherit from the father. Well, in your opinion, I should not inherit from my father. Is it not contained? It should be. Okay, I should not inherit from my father. Okay, indeed, you have come with an unusual thing attributed upon Allah and His Prophet. Do you then intentionally forsake the book of Allah and leave it behind your backs? Allah says, and Suleiman inherited Dawood. In regards to the life of Zachariah, he says, so grant me from yourself an heir who shall inherit. Okay, this is about Bibi quotes from the Quran, ayats, the blood relations are nearer to each other in the book of Allah. He also says if the believer leaves behind any goods, then he makes a bequest for parents and near of kin. You assume that I do not have a share, an allowance in the inheritance, that I should not inherit from my father, and that there is no relation. Where's the verse in the Quran which says that the prophets do not inherit and their children? God only knows. If there is a verse like that. Okay, so I need to find a verse that says, because Abu Bakr said that, doesn't it say in the Quran that the Prophet does? But we give Surah Maryam verses and Bibi has given all these other verses from the Quran. Then, are you more cognizant of understanding the general and particular verses of the Quran than my father and my cousin? Are you all Sunni leaders more cognizant than Bibi Fatima Zahra and Imam Ali's followers, and or you are Abu Bakr's followers? Promise Day, and we are the intense criticism of the Ansar followers from the East. Now, Ansars even went back. Do you then say that Muhammad has passed away? See, because Muhammad was a warlord. And Muhammad is not but an apostle. Other apostles have passed away. If he dies, turn upon your heels. I think this is Surah Juma ayat that Bibi has, Bibi Fatima Zahra has. And soon shall those who deal unjustly know what an evil turning they will be turned into. Act you whatever you can, and verily we too act. And wait, indeed we too are waiting. This is also from the Quran ayats I've just quoted. And the references are given here. Then the further sermon continues, I think. Please. The sermon from Abdullah bin al-Hassan narrated. Please reached, put her veil over her head and covered her robes, came to party with. Until she entered at Abu Bakr, he was in a crowd of immigrants, Ansars and others. So she sat down, and then the people started crying for her. She began the speech with the praise of God. So there's another part here which has come. Realization, eternal thanksgiving. Okay, this is in Arabic. So I think, like she says somewhere, that they are the ones. And they are the means of approach. But I'm not sure now, I haven't come across it. She does not quote means of approach. This verse that I previously gave here. Oh, okay. Sorry, I cannot. That's why I was going to say that I haven't really looked at it completely checked. I will recheck maybe if I, right now, all I can do, muster up strength, was that I could give you Surah Zumar, but I went a little further and gave you Bibi Fatma Tazara. Little bit, not completely. So, Surah Tawbah. I still cannot decide. Like, I don't know, the policy is, maybe their God is true, Shri Krishna, Radha. They tell me I'm Radha Rani, and I know who's Shri Krishna, and all this. But we don't know, like the Mahabharat had not told us that what, like Radha Rani keeps coming back, or as I don't know what this is. The only thing I'm now concentrating on this is that idol worshipping, they worshipped idols. Their gods were not false, were they? So we need to see if their gods were false. You see, to know just Allah and to, okay, Prophet Muhammad will come later. No, Prophet Muhammad is the one who, but to know that Allah that Prophet Muhammad told us to know, we cannot know. Only he went to Miraj. So this is where I feel some, when I was reading Al-Kafi, I started to have these, I thought it was Shaitan, but I was having this terrible thing that it's, you're telling us about God, Imams, our Imams. Their narrations are compiled in a book called Al-Kafi, the Shia book. And so then I started to doubt my religion, the Imams, and Prophet Muhammad, and think that, they just have brought this religion. We would never get to Allah. We can never find Allah. So we have to go through them. And this is all the treacherous thing they've done to us. These are my thoughts. These were evil people. This was the evil all of Prophet Muhammad, the devil. And they just, so it is true. We will never get to Allah. We can't even do 0.00002% of what Imam Hussain did in Karbala. Another thing is that maybe the Shias will not like this. They'll be offended. Look at this sermon. Sermon 80 in Najil Balagha. These don't have these excuses. It is not enough. That just because then Bibi Fatma Zahra was she wasn't menstrual periods, having menstrual periods. That's why all women are deficient. Women are deficient in faith, deficient in shares, deficient in intelligence. Sorry, you have got this sermon wrong. Although Imam Ali said it after the battle of Jamal, who he was concerning women and their shortcomings. Seeing al-Mu'mineen Aisha having a battle because of her. This is what we were told, right? But excuse me, Bibi Fatima Zahra doesn't come in this, because we are told she never menstruated, she was a light. So, if you want to be deluded by this religion and follow these evil beings who wanted a name, fame, and only they have this special connection with God, and God has sent them to us, and they are purified and pure, and only through them. Otherwise, if someone else says, like, what's his name? Ana al-Haq, I am the truth, he'll be executed. He's a deviant, he's infidel. Even the Shias were involved, I was told, in executing Mansur al-Hallaj for saying Ana al-Haq. Because no one can go to Allah. No one can say, I am Haq, I am Allah. Means I am Allah. Imam Ali used to kill those people who used to say, Imam Ali, you are Allah, you are God. We were told. So, as regards deficiency in their intelligence, it is because the evidence of two women is equal. This is still there in the Quran. Deficiency in intelligence, deficiency in the shares, deficiency inheritance. So beware of evils of women. Telling whom? Men. Here it gets even worse. Be on your guard. Are even from those of them who are reportedly good. Reportedly good. What is this? Do not obey them even in good things. Forget obeying women. Oh my God. So that they may not attract you. We are the ones attracting you to evil. Shia men. Shia women also. Cover them up. Can't do this, can't do that. Wake up, deluded Shias. Wake up, please. It is for your own good. These poor Shia women, girls. Really, I feel so sorry for them.